Good morning. I was awakened by the chirping of birds. I opened the window and looked outside. The edges of the sky were just getting brighter. The silvery curve of the Ganges covered the fog. Hastinapur was slowly waking up. Another took a dry northern and fell out of the hall. I started walking towards her ghat with the intention of taking a peaceful bath in the water of Ganga. The whole world was still not ready to let go of the fog. All the way, and the palace looked very funny in the dim and obscure fog. The bell was ringing in the temple on the banks of the Ganges. That was all that could be clearly heard in that silent silence. We walked with the restraint of that voice. I remembered my mother's instruction. Do not go into the water of the Ganges. I smiled to myself. I hid the glass of Adria and looked in front of it. The character on 10-12 hands was so clear. The rest of the character was covered in white mist. The fog cleared all over the place. I cut the water in the direction of the ghat. I changed the north of the body. I took water and gave it to the sun god out of devotion. Mari climbed. When she saw it, I was always excited. I felt that there is no difference between us and that radiance which is far away from thousands of planets. My body felt light and my hands were automatically joined. Eyes are being wiped automatically. I began to meditate on that radiance. Millions of plans made me see only light. Extremely bright light. Bright yet cool and airy light. Suddenly, it seems that we have some kind of relationship with that radiance. That unbroken continent that illuminates all the darkness of the world has been connected to us by some thread. I forgot myself and started going higher and higher on the basis of that thread. Today's form of that radiance was very beautiful. I quietly clasped my hands and rolled my eyes. I was just a wave in the infinite ocean of light. That wave had no existence of its own, and she didn't think it should be. It was just one of many waves in that vast ocean. Someone must have touched my shoulder. At first, I wasn't even aware of it, but someone was shaking my shoulder. I slowly opened my eyes and looked around. An old man with a very calm face was looking at me. All the hair on his beard, head, and eyebrows were as white as clouds. The magnificent forehead had long stripes of ashes. His hand on my shoulder was the same. That hand, however, felt very heavy and heavy. Who should this old man be? Immediately I started shooting arrows of questions at the bow of my mind. Yeah, that sounds pretty crap to me. Looks like BT ain't for me either. In a very loving voice, he asked me, Baby, who are you? Sutaputra, you are the son of which thread? Adhiratacha. Yes. But you? I asked curiously. I am Bhishma. His beard was swaying in the wind. Bhishma. Grandfather Bhishma. Venerable Bhishma of Kauravas and Pandavas. Gangaputra Bhishma. Bhishma is the pinnacle of Kurukula temple. Flag Bhishma in the kingdom of warriors. My mind wandered for a moment. In the presence of Kurukula, Parakram was standing in front of me on the banks of the Ganges. I was standing in front of a huge banyan tree like a small grass leaf. I didn't know what to do. Immediately Kasantari recovered himself and I bowed to him. They woke me up. He said in a very soft tone, Aren't you upset because I woke you up from your worship? No, I said, really baby. But I couldn't resist the urge to wake you up. I stared at them in amazement. After a while, he said, Today is the third day. Every day I come to the Ganges Ghat without fail. But I have never seen a single person from Hastinapur come here before me. You're the first person to see it today. Me. Don't tell me what to say next. Yeah. And that's why I waited so long and finally woke you up. Looking at the earrings in my ear, he said, "These earrings look very beautiful to you." "Yes, they are born," I said. "Always take care of them." Slowly he began to descend the foothills of the Ghats. His tall body, which looked like a majestic mountain, began to fade away. I saluted them from where I was standing. The first dawn in Hastinapur started with the visit of Pitamar Bhishma. I was amazed at that strange coincidence. The grandfather who had been planning to see Bhishma all day yesterday had personally met me today, alone on the banks of the Ganges and on such a beautiful morning. How sweet is their voice! How face! It is as peaceful and holy as the temple's nave. They like the story of an ordinary son of a bitch like me. The eldest Maharaj of Kauravas puts his hand on the shoulder of a son of Sutaputra like me and ponders over him with sincerity. If there is indeed negativity in the place of a hero, how great it seems! Blessed is the one who has created a heroic and humble man like his grandfather. How lucky I am to live in such a palace. Now you will often see this great man. Those two calm and eloquent eyes will look at you with grace. The three people I loved in my life added another person. Grandfather Bhishma.